Thank you very much. This is this week's Monkey That Punch podcast. Hello, Nigel. I haven't seen you for a while.
Oh,
of course.
Minutes. It must have been 20 minutes or so.
20 minutes. I haven't seen you.
That is a long time.
And as you can hear the jungle sounds in the background, we've got Keith.
The genuine jungle sounds. They are.
It's
real.
not a soundboard.
No.
Keith in the jungle.
Keith is in the jungle. Looking for a bongo. I'm sure you're not allowed to do anymore.
No. He saw a real life elephant and everything.
Yeah. He's our biggest audience member.
Yeah. By the way, lol. When I said my response, my comment at the end of the other one was lol fu, not lol few, as you put it. It was lol.
Oh, I thought it was lol few.
I know. I'll let him carry on.
I read it literally because I was expecting F.U in capitals.
Yeah.
When I see stuff like that. Okay, so just a quick one. All right, I'd just like to point out. I watched one of Chuck's videos, and I'm going to send him some pictures of Humber Bridge because he likes bridge porn, apparently. I was watching that. There was just bridge porn. What are you going on about, man? He did some nice shots. The nice one is when he pulls up and he kind of rotates as he's going up from the covered bridge. I did enjoy that. Right. Just a quick one, Keith. You're going to need to just talk a little louder because you're a little on the low side. I know you're outside in the middle of the jungle with a 3G signal.
Okay.
But without further ado, it's time to get into the movie news. Right. This gem, this tour de force of a trailer released Thursday. And I have no idea what this film's about. It looks garbage, but I will play it. Oh, fuck, I have to turn the volume down because of the bloody music in there. So, right, this is the Eternals, okay? And it's doing the charity that's the God thing, Stargate, aliens helped us evolve, build pyramids, etc., etc. And
they mentioned at some point in this around the Avengers, and now they're gone. What do we do, sort of thing?
Yeah,
but
that right.
That only is the only thing that tells me that it's a bit further on down the line.
All right, so you've got Angelina Jolie, yeah, and Selma Hayek in there, yeah. Now, if you'd have told me that early 2000s, I would have had a boner.
Oh yeah.
Now, I'm looking at this film, and it's like kind of, we came to Earth, to look at the beautiful people, never to interfere, but to interfere. Never to interfere, but we would help them build societies. Never to interfere, but we would do this. Never to interfere. What, you fucking make your fucking mind up, people. Clearly you're run by women. That's all I can say.
Although I like her. She was in, what was that?
Humans. Yeah.
Humans.
Right. Now, this is the problem, okay? My knowledge of the Eternals is literally a cover on a comic book, where it's got the main character. I can't remember his name now. Icarus, I think his name is. It's got Jon Snow in there. It looks like he's in London somewhere. And then you've got your pack shot, as I'd like to call it. It's like if you're doing advertising, you'd have a pack shot, purse or whatever. You've got the Eternals. This trailer, I didn't put any music on it, anything like that. That was dishwater. Nothing happens in it. Yeah, it doesn't give you anything. No meat, no villains, no bad guys, no peril, no nothing. Yeah, no drama. Yeah,
there was more people hugging up to each other than there was anything else really, and it doesn't tell you much. Doesn't tell you that. Yeah, you see a ship come out of the clouds just like Independence Day, but then what? Nothing.
Right, right.
It's a badly cut trailer.
It's not a badly cut trailer. There's nothing. That's the most exciting things they've got from the film. They farm this out to marketing departments. And they say, make us the best trailer. And that was the one they picked. All right.
But
What?
I would argue that sometimes we've seen good movies, with garbage trailers. I think the movie's going to be garbage. But
What's your sound, mate? Because I'm having trouble hearing you.
I'm saying I think the movie's going to be garbage, but I think the trailer was garbage too, because it does nothing to explain who the Eternals are. It does nothing to really explain what the movie's about at all.
Right. Okay. Right. This is my knowledge of the Eternals. Okay, I lied, and I know a bit more about the Eternals than that. You had two races of people. You had the Eternals and the Deviants. Yeah. The Eternals were all the beautiful people with superpowers. Yeah, and the Deviants were the ugly-looking fuckers with superpowers. Thanos was a deviant. Yeah. Thanos was a deviant, and his dad was one of the Eternals. Now I'm stuck for knowledge outside that. What they should have done is, what would have been good is, you saw them come to Earth, you saw them help civilization and stuff like that. Yeah, so we helped from the shadows would be better. Yeah, we helped from the shadows, and then all of a sudden, boom, they've all got dusted. Yeah, they all got dusted by Thanos when he clicked his fingers. Not half of them, all of them. Yeah, because secretly he harbors some ill will towards the Eternals, and he probably kept half the Deviants instead of the Eternals. Yeah. And then you could have turned around and goes, and then they all came back, and then they went, maybe we should step out of the shadows. That would have worked better as a premise for the story. The problem is, you've got the director. What's her name? She won an Oscar recently because Disney owned the Oscars, so naturally they want to give her an Oscar to say that an Oscar-winning director is directing the Eternals to help with her marketing. Chloe Zhao, or whatever her name is.
The Chinese-born one that's lived in America all of her life.
Yeah, the one that was born in China, raised in London, lives in America. Right. It is. I don't know how to describe it any worse than, there's nothing. There's not going to be nothing there. The visuals look boring. Everything looks boring. She said that she was moving the focus away from the Icarus character, which is the only character of the Eternals that I know of. The Icarus character, because he sounds like Icarus, the Greek person. Yeah. And moving it onto Gemma Chang character. I like Gemma Chang. Yeah, she's nice. She was What's His Mushy's girlfriend. Who's the funny, the guy like a noodle, Bad Education. I can't remember his name now. Comedian. That was her girlfriend. Yeah, she can't carry the film. If they wanted to move it onto the women, should have put it onto Selma Hayek and Angelina Jolie. Should have been pushed onto those two. They're the senior ones there. They've got the most pulling power. Angelina Jolie's probably got the most amount of pulling power on there, apart from she looks quite old at the moment. But then again, she hasn't had quite an easy life. They could have put it onto them. That would have made more sense. But yeah, we lost Keith now. But it just looks like crap. And the
trailers are meant to give you a little bit of something about the film to hook you, draw you in. But as much as I like Gemma,
yeah, I think she's alright.
Angelina we know about, and Salma, of course, we know about those two. And I think Angelina is brilliant as an action actress. Brilliant. I loved her in Salt. That is a fantastic film for me. Loads of action. Loved it. But why Gemma? She's fit, just like the other two. But what is her character?
She doesn't pick up any character. She doesn't. To just sit. They're all sitting there blank faced.
What is Angelina's character?
They want to go for that ethereal kind of thing, and if they wanted to go for the ethereal thing, they failed miserably. Now I pulled out some
sitting on thrones, like, I don't know, white everything around. I don't know what it is. The only thing we saw really was one of them, and I don't know who it was, put their hand on the soil, created a bit of water.
That was
I don't know which one.
We're not going to interfere. Gents, anyway, there's some pictures and stills for it. So we've got like Angelina Jolie looks all right. Salma Hayek looks all right. You've got Kit Harington. He's supposed to be Dark Knight or someone like that. Gemma Chang and Richard Madden. Richard Madden's supposed to be the Icarus character. Angelina Jolie looking all right.
He's from Game of Thrones as well.
Yeah, it's Then you've got
Another guy.
Hound Shop Ezra Miller. Then they're doing this weird shit here. They're supposed to be able to form like a unified intelligence, apparently. And then you got the pack shot here, which they had at the end of the trailer. Black guys dancing to make shit happen.
Oh,
get a better fucking haircut. Seriously,
who is it? I don't know.
This is Barry Coogan. I'm going to say Coogan. Yeah,
Jack Whitehall.
Jack Whitehall was.
Jack Whitehall.
It was Jack Whitehall that Emma Chan was with.
Yes.
I have to say I've watched it, that trailer twice, and it does nothing for me.
Yeah.
But then
Right.
I'm not excited about Marvel at all now.
Right, this is the other thing. They've got like a Bollywood bit in it, yeah. And if you know anything about Bollywood, it's big and bombastic, and it's always quite happy in most of the ones I've seen, yeah. This looks as dull as fuck for Bollywood.
They're all just waving to someone over there and go, bye.
Yeah, it's like there's no colour contrast between them and the fucking carpet there for these centre people. Yeah. Look, Angela Lee, Jillian Fremont. And then I get to the end and it's like kind of, what are you going to do now that we could lead the Avengers? No, we couldn't because we're fucking useless, guys. We've been around for eternity and done fuck all, apparently, without it. It's... What is this? I'm sorry, I'm having a moment where I can't describe what I'm seeing.
This is almost like a scene from Harry Potter where they're at the Weasley's house having dinner.
Yeah.
But more boring.
There you go, someone's fixed it. It does. It stinks of diversity in the wrong way. It's not like an Expanse diversity thing where it feels genuine. This is like shit diversity. This film.
So I suppose one to the.
How can I put money on this film flopping? How can I make money out of the fact that I think this film is going to bomb harder than the fucking?
I don't know. Where do you place bets? Go down the local betting office and say, "Can I bet on films, whether or not they're shit or not?"
This film is not going to make its money back. That's what I want to bet on. Yes. All right. Okay. So it does. It looks dull. I've been trying to express this thing. I was going to try and get Keith on yesterday so we could watch this and do a trailer reaction to it together, but unfortunately Keith decided to fuck off into the jungle for the evening, being chased by an elephant.
Stroke a few elephants.
But yeah, it's Disney's first Marvel bomb. That's what you're seeing there. You're seeing Disney's first Marvel bomb. They'll be praying. Whatever Black Widow does, they'll be praying for those numbers. Anyway, let's move on.
You're listening to the Monkey Nut Punch podcast.
Righty dokey, matey blokey. Something a bit more interesting. This is called Tomorrow War. It's from Amazon. It features, if you can hear it, Chris Pratt. And it looks like it's going to be quite interesting. We're in a football game there. Perfectly good football
I know.
game.
That was my initial reaction. But who
We
won?
are fighting a war 30 years in the future.
It's a joke.
Our enemy is not human. We need you to fight.
You got drafted.
I will be back.
Why is this happening? What about the teachers' deferment and the veterans' deferment?
If I don't go, they're going to draft you in my place. But if something does happen to me, you and Miri will be taken care of.
If something happens to you, Dan, 70% of draftees do not return.
Sometimes a man does what's best for his family, not himself.
Move your shirt, please.
What's this for?
It's just a test.
Oh, a seatbelt. Is it a driving test? No? You don't have jokes in the future?
This device facilitates your jump to and from the future war.
1 minute to jump.
Oh, here, buddy. Take that. You just look around like that.
How are you so calm?
Long story.
Be ex-military?
Yeah. Kind of a short story, I guess.
3, 2, 1. In 11 months' time, all human beings in the future will be wiped from the face of the earth. Unless you help us.
Yeah, you see, this is the trailer done right, I think.
I gotta save
Yeah,
my
this is how you do a
I'm not
trailer.
gonna do it.
I'm actually interested
This is
watching
the
the bloody thing at the moment, or I
The
should be
human
talking.
species will disappear from the face
Well,
of the earth.
Exactly, they're
We're
showing a bit of
literally living
action,
on
what's
borrowed
going on, what's happening, why they're...
Intrigued. We haven't seen the
There's still a
aliens
chance
yet.
that
We know
stop
it's
this
aliens,
war
but we
from
haven't seen them.
So we gotta fight.
We've got J.K.
There's a-
Simmons in there with a big old beard. Helicopters
Helicopter.
exploding.
Nice
You've got his
knowing
mate
you.
who clearly doesn't know what he's doing.
And there's this thing.
And there you go. If I got a shot of
Sort
some
of
of the
little
aliens.
bit at the end, and right at the very end of this, there's a little bit
It's
here.
up the staircase, isn't it?
This bit here, when hear that clicking noise.
They always use that live throaty noise.
Yeah, they do, don't they? And it was some. There you go. So you get a small little glimpse of it right at the end, and it is intriguing.
It looks like a bloody spider. It looks like a spider.
It sort of looked like it had like a mouth, a bit like you know, Tremors.
Yes.
Mouth with the teeth, but a small one with little leggy things, like a spidery leggy thing. Who knows? We didn't properly see it.
Yeah, I know. It looks interesting. They might even not be.
Oh, is it just me? It was.
Oh no,
Keith, are you there? Oh, you're there.
I'm here.
It's me.
I'm
It's
here.
me who went. Right. That
So-
looks interesting. It's on Amazon on the 2nd of July. I believe that's a worldwide release date, so everyone gets to watch it. You don't get to pay anything else. If you've got Amazon Prime Video, just pop on and watch it. It looks exciting. That's how you cut a trailer. You sit there and just say, here's the premise. Are you excited? Here's some action. Here's some bits. Tease you the aliens. Don't let you see them quite as complete as you want, and allow you to go kind of go, "Ooh, this looks interesting." I'm
And
sure I'll
the
be
thing-
sitting down with the popcorn.
And from my perspective, the way that the people have come from the future back to the past to let everyone know and about this, they've done it what looks to be in the World Cup final, for football final, which anyone will know is the most watched program ever. Like, in the year, if that is on, that gets billions of views or whatever. So that makes sense to me that they would choose that particular moment to go, because they figured out, right, we need to go there 30 years. We need to go 30 years back. When's the biggest event of the year? That's it there. Bomb. We'll go in there. All the televisions are running from all around the world. Everything's on. We'll do it then.
They probably went, the Brazilians cheat anyway.
They could have gone, we know what the end of the score will be. We know who wins this match.
Right.
But,
looks cool. I think it's going to be a good one. Let's move on to our next bit of news.
You're listening to the Monkey Nut Punch podcast.
I'll be honest with you. I think the Eternals has thrown me off completely. So, right, Spider-Man spin-off Kraven the Hunter casts Aaron Taylor Johnson in his title role. The villain of the villain of the Spider-Man's big. Oh well, fuck. Kraven the Hunter. It has thrown me off my game. I'm still thinking, what the fuck was that about?
I have a question, sir.
Who's Kraven the Hunter?
Yeah.
Kraven
and
the
why
Hunter.
do I care?
Kraven the Hunter. See, I know Kraven the Hunter. He was in. I've got a comic book under my bed with Kraven the Hunter on. I think it's the one where Spider-Man buries him a fucking life to teach him a lesson. Kraven the Hunter was a character that was sent to hunt down Spider-Man because he was a hunter, like a big game hunter. They went, hey, you know what? I wonder if you can track down Spider-Man. He's got a Russian-sounding name. He was injected with some kind of serum similar to the Super Soldier Serum. I'm trying to remember. Cracky now. I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember Kraven the Hunter. Why don't I remember him? I'm a massive Spider-Man fan, but I don't remember Kraven.
You don't remember Kraven the Hunter, Hank?
Was he one of like the lesser?
He was one of the
sort of-
lesser ones. I think they are trying to put down. They are trying to do. Hang on a second. I'm going to put up the 90s cartoon. See if I can bring up Craven the Hunter. And when you see him, he's the one. In the comics, if I remember, he's the one who Spider-Man almost murders him because he drove him to such fucking lengths that he almost murdered him. Hang on a second. Let's see if that works. Does this work? Bump. That's how I remember Craven the Hunter from when I was a kid. Looked like a wrestler.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm having some memory.
But the one I always remember is Craven the Hunter climbing out the grave.
So for our podcast listeners, it's a muscly wrestler type bloke with a spiky belt, lion type mane, and an open sort of chest with some eyes on it. Bit weird to me, really.
Go on, say it, Nigel.
What?
It's a bit gay, doesn't it?
It looks very Joe Exotic. Let's.
Joe Exotic. I think I'll accept Joe Exotic as an answer for who does Craven the Hunter look like. Oh, it didn't work. Bugger. It's all right. I'm trying to.
In answer to your first question, Nigel, at the moment, I don't think you should care. It might be a cool movie, but it doesn't exactly set me on fire again. I kind of feel indifferent about that. Partly because I don't remember him that much, but I do remember the character sort of gives me flashes. But I have to admit that so far the thing that's sort of excited me was that movie before.
Yeah, it's right. Okay, because Bilf put down here. What was it? Your thoughts on the Mark Wahlberg Infinity War stream on Paramount Plus on 10th of June? Haven't seen it. The director was shocked because it's previously stated for a summer blockbuster released in August. Yeah, I can understand that for him. He's going to put his heart and soul in, expecting people to see it in the cinema.
I was just looking at this. It was scheduled originally for the 7th of August 2020, delayed until May 28th, 2021 due to the pandemic. Delayed again until September 24th, but A Quiet Place 2 was moved to the May 21st slot. Then on May the 6th, Paramount cancelled Infinite's theatrical release and is now slated to be released on Paramount Plus on June the 10th. That is just moving it everywhere.
Do you think yes? But there's two things here. Has it tested poorly with test audiences, which it could have done? Therefore, it's a shit movie. Or Paramount think that they're going to make more money because they're going to do a Paramount Plus premium charge on it, where you pay £20
Both.
and you get to,
Yeah.
It was middling. People weren't excited, but they weren't saying this was dreadful shite. I think it was middling.
Yeah. Because otherwise they would have just left it.
The director
Sorry,
might
Keith.
be, but I was going to say the director might be surprised, but then he's probably an idiot because if it's a middling movie, and okay, prior to the coup, people probably would have gone and seen it, but no one's going to be tempted back to the cinema by this, nor are they by that fucking Eternals trailer either. But I would have thought the Chris Pratt movie had a cinematic release. I think that might have attracted people. But
I think that was Amazon with money.
It's Amazon.
Yeah.
Because I think it's Amazon. Because I think what Amazon are doing is they're getting into films, which is one of our stories later.
They are.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
Yeah, I think with it getting moved back to September to potentially be in the cinemas, what surprised the director probably was that they moved it again forward to just have a digital release. I think that's what surprised him rather than having a theatrical release. Because he might have been told. He might have been told by the whoever owns the rights that they were going to do it in the cinema, and then now it's not.
You could be right, Nige, but it again, middling movies at this point in time, if they're not testing, top scores at audience tests, then I wouldn't be surprised, because you're not going to put a movie in a movie cinema where people are going to be worrying about going anyway for a movie that doesn't perform well with things. So maybe as the director, you should kind of realise that. But on the other hand, Nigel, you're right. You could have been promised it, but interesting.
Well, from my point of view, if it's digital, that means I don't need to go into the cinema. Although I do like going to cinema, I don't know yet.
Mark Wahlberg, he's not exactly going to attract the huge amounts of things. I mean, for fuck's sake, he was in the 2 worst Transformer movies. Not that that's saying anything, but
no, but I liked him in. Hang on, was it him in The Martian, or was that the other one?
No,
that's
Matt Damon.
Was that Matt Damon?
Matt Damon.
I get those two muddled up all the time. They look so similar.
Do you remember Mark Norman?
Yeah.
Norman.
Yeah.
Is unavailable. We changed his voicemail message.
We changed his work. His work voicemail message with Norman.
Oh, we were such little shits, weren't we? All right, okay, let's.
You didn't know.
We didn't. We just phoned up and laughed at it. All right, okay, let's move on to our next one. A word's too much for you? Then you should follow us on Instagram. We put pretty pictures out. Thanks. This is something that drives me wild. 2018's Predator may not have been the splash or critically or commercially but it did spell the end for the Predator franchise. Quite the opposite was announced. As it is announced in November 2020 that 10 Cloverfield Lane director Dan Trainbacher is tackling Predator 5. Over a year later, word has come out that the next Predator movie has cast Legion star Amber Midthunder in its lead role.
Oh, here we go again. You would have thought they would have learned from Terminator, but no.
I don't have a clue who that is.
What you want, is you want a film with The Rock, Dwayne. What's his mush? Basically, the cast of Fast 5 versus the fucking Predator.
Yeah.
All the fucking muscle-bound people. I would put Dolph Lundgren in there too. You have them all in there.
You'd have him as like the general dude, the one that sits behind the desk, the haggard one, that you weren't there, man, kind of guy. And yeah, Vin Diesel and fucking and The Rock. The president. That would be a good movie.
Just merge 2 films, Predator, and The Expendables.
Yeah,
every person in The Expendables, pop them into Predator.
Was it Steven Seagal? No, Fat Steven Seagal. Sorry, you want Sylvester Stallone. Sorry, Sylvester Stallone versus the Predator. Yeah,
just running around going, Adrian.
Puts his boxing gloves at the end. Take you on.
You could put Arnie in as the haggard old general. As long as there's no mates around, you're fine. But he could be that. That would bring in so many people. But they don't give a shit about money anymore, do they? They're too busy covering their own asses. We've got to appear to love the women because we spent years fucking abusing them.
You could have Gina Carano versus the Predator.
Oh, that would be better.
That would be better. This is what's so much Amber Midthunder. Oh shit! Hang on a second. So I put the link in the right bloody box. This is Amber Midthunder, noodle-armed woman versus the Predator, who can take on fucking burly men with machine guns who say, "I ain't got time to bleed." Yeah, she ain't being the Predator. No. Yep. If it ends with the Predator killing her, then maybe this will be a good movie, but it won't.
Do you know? I'd have Angelina Jolie. She
just have Angelina Jolie. It's not about playing.
Sorry, are we talking about the film? So
nice.
In Kill Bill, you had Lucy Liu and Uma Thurman, both badass, weren't they?
Yeah,
You can clearly see they can do action. Get them in the film, they can do it. Angelina can do it. Gina, she can do action. They're coming from a place where they've done pretty good action scenes before.
Right.
Mix them in
I'm
with
sorry,
the old school men.
I'm going to say
Yeah, go on.
something controversial here. Screw this.
Are you?
Every other
That's
movie
muting quick.
had full female cast. We need just a good old fashioned fucking blokey testosterone fueled action movie. Why the fuck don't do it with the Predator? That was what made Predator 1 so good. Go to the chopper. I mean, I'm sorry. What we suggested
Push your
first,
pencils.
put the fucking Vin Diesel on the rock, ripping heads off Predators with Arnie as like the fucking boss. You know, there's your movie, right? Doesn't even have to be that good. People will go and watch that shit because loads of people went to watch the Expendables, and that was before all this bollocks happened. So these movies still make money, and it's just ridiculous. What
Rambo.
they're scared of is if they put a fucking movie out like that, Twitter is going to go on for because there isn't enough over representation on.
Yeah.
already.
Okay.
But
Right.
who knows?
It goes like this. Yeah. If you told me to make a Predator movie, I would be going to all the big action stars. Yeah. And if you told me I had to make Predator, and the woman had to be the one that killed the Predator, I would not pick her. I would pick someone like Gina Carano, someone who's got some.
Well,
Ronda
she
Rousey.
looks like she's got a bit of
I'd
muscle
have fucking
behind her.
Ronda Rousey versus the Predator. They reckon there's going to be a female Predator in there too. So it's going to be a boob
Well, I
off.
suppose it makes sense. Otherwise, how do they reproduce and get so many predators?
Yeah.
But
Well, look, the long and the short of it is it's weird because if you're really into sci-fi, yeah, the Predators are like they are because they live in a post-scarcity world. Because in the Predators world, yeah, everything they could need has been catered for. So they have to go out and find excitement by hunting alien species on other planets because their life is so fucking easy. And that makes sense. And it's the same way as like seeing a hunter, take down like a deer or something. But they're kind of going after dangerous game. Right. As I said this before, if you wanted to make a Predator movie, yeah, put them with the Space Marines, yeah. The only way she could take them on if she had a technological advantage, yeah.
But Gareth, who the fuck is funding this movie? I mean, this is the thing. I don't understand
Disney are
it.
funding this movie. This is Disney news.
God.
All right, Disney are funding this movie. Disney, one, you can't hit a woman in a Disney film because equality doesn't exist apparently. And two, it's they've either got the biggest fucking guilty conscience ever, or they've forgotten how to make money. They really don't understand this shit, and that's the bit that gets me. Is that you could do it, but you'd have to have a strong woman play the role. Even Michelle Rodriguez would work better. She's Lottie from Fast. I keep going back to the cast of the Fast and the Furious when it comes to Predator.
I know. I was thinking about Michelle Rodriguez actually when we were talking about Vin Diesel and the cast of the Fast 7. I like Michelle Rodriguez, but
she's apparently an absolute bitch to work with. That's why they kicked her out the franchise.
So Vin Diesel's a bastard to work with, but I like Vin Diesel, so I don't care. I love the Fast movies. I don't have to think that much, and they're fun. But it's. You might be able to tell I'm fed up with this bullshit.
Most of it's coming from Disney. That point, yeah.
Hi, this is Nigel, and I'm talking in my lovely narrator's voice. Bask in its loveliness. But don't bask for too long. We need your help. Come to YouTube and watch our videos for the love of God. Well, send Keith round to your next barbecue and he'll eat all your food. Toasty! You have been warned.
Amazon set to buy MGM Studios for $8.4 billion. I feel like I need Dr. Evil with his little... Right. So, yeah, they're planning on buying it. This is what I was talking about earlier with the films and stuff. Amazon, I think, are getting into they've got into the TV business. I think they're getting into the movie business now. They're lucky because they've got, like Disney has the parks to support their filmmaking efforts. Amazon has all of Amazon shopping to support their things. My recommendation is don't use Amazon. We recently had a problem with Amazon, and it'll make you go, what if I told you? Amazon is buying MGM Studios for $8.4 million. The company announced Wednesday, marking Amazon's most ambitious move yet into the entertainment business. The deal is Amazon's second largest acquisition. It paid $13.7 billion for Whole Foods back in 2017. The real value of MGM is in its library. Though it's heavily exploited, the company boasts 4,000 film titles, including such classics as Four Weddings and a Funeral, Silence of the Lamb, Birdcage, Stargate. Many of its popular films, such as Rocky, the Rocky series, have been rebooted as Creed, or failed films that have failed to be revived in the case of Ben-Hur, RoboCop, and other franchises such as Peter Jackson's The Hobbit have wrapped up. This is good. These are things kind of you want. The company has succeeded on television, producing things like Fargo, The Handmaid's Tale, unscripted realms, The Voice, Survivor. Rival studios were astonishingly paid. Other studios tried buying it. My mouth has stopped working. I blame the Eternals for being crap and throwing me off my game. I was on my game on the other podcast. They've got lots of stuff on there. We've been hearing news about Stargate coming back and games and stuff being made. This is probably why, because Amazon are going to get hold of it and go, you know what? If Stargate can still make money, let it make money. And I think that's the case, because Joseph Malui, or whatever it is, and the others are looking into that.
I'm going to ask, because I'm looking at the show notes, are you on purpose not mentioning like one of their largest properties? Because I want to mention that unless you've got another story coming up about it.
I'm not mentioning it because it's dismal shit and it's going to be crap. And I don't think. I think
I know, but apparently Enon was consulted on it quite extensively, which makes me think that Amazon bought it for Bond to a certain extent, because MGM owned Bond, and
Bond's now hang on a second. They don't own MGM. Don't own Bond. They've got a license agreement with them because the Sony one ran out recently, if I remember correctly.
Yes, but Enon were involved in this, because Enon then put a statement out saying, "Don't worry, Bond's staying in the cinema." Not that matters, because you're right, the next one's going to be a pile of crap. But it is interesting, because then they effectively strike up a deal with. I mean, they're saying that Bond won't become a TV series or anything, but you got to wonder why Amazon has bought MGM, because other than Bond, okay, Stargate, which has a giant back catalogue, which might mean why Gateworld stopped doing the streaming of Stargate, because this was in the works, and that Amazon will put all of SG1, Atlantis, and SGU all on there, which would be cool in many ways, because I have Amazon Prime. But I would like to see a new Stargate series. I know you do as well. I do want to see it.
I do, but I don't.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
do, because I want that fun adventure that we had with the Stargate series that worked, but I do not want it with today's politics in it, because TV shows and films and stuff can't escape that shit. It's like a fucking black hole sucking everything down.
I agree with you, but we've had the odd good thing. You were right that what's his face? The cartoon on Amazon was worth watching, and it was quite good. Even though it had a little bit of wokeness. But I was watching an interview with Amanda Tapping the other day, and she was skirting around that subject. And what she was saying was that she'd had a conversation with what's his face, the guy behind SG1, and she kind of hinted at the fact that they weren't going to go that route, that it was going to be like good old-fashioned SG1, SG Atlantis, because somebody asked her about SGU, and they kind of said, yeah, we kind of made a mistake with that. We realised that the fans want that sense of fun that we had in Atlantis and SG1, and the new series that he's very much got working on, apparently it's going to feature Amanda Tapping. I don't think...
that's not what I heard. Because one of the stories that I cut from this week's show notes was Amanda Tapping to direct and help produce, but to star Ben Browder.
Well, that would be cool.
And that's from Joseph Maloui's blog. And it's terrible web page. It's a terrible fucking web page. It really is. I'm so like, oh my God. That's why I didn't want to show it.
I liked Ben Browder towards, I mean, you know, when they put him and what's the face in, actually they were good seasons of SG1. When it kind of went sort of like half of it was only featuring O'Neill in season 8, and then Ben Bowder came in season 9, didn't he? And then he was in season 9 and 10. They were quite good. I liked Ben Bowder in this. I want more Stargate. I do, and I'm hoping that they make it. But I do understand your misgivings.
I want Rodney McKay back. I love Rodney McKay. He's one of my favourite characters. He's a genius, but he's an asshole because he has trouble communicating with people. Which I loved it. I just really enjoy it. And then all his little neuroses and stuff that made him such an interesting character. I've met the guy who played John Shepherd. He tried to revive the series. He was going to get the filming moved to Ireland because of tax breaks and stuff, but couldn't get it done, which was really annoying. So I don't know if I'd like to see him return because I like him. The stories that they told about the guy who plays Ronan, what's his name? Jason Momoa, because Jason Momoa was in Stargate Atlantis before anything. Apparently he was getting annoyed with his hair. So he was like, kind of, I need to lose the hair. So he pitched a story of him losing the plot and becoming a warlord on a planet. And they went, this is a great story, but no, you can wear a wig. And he went, all right, fair enough.
He then grew his hair long again, didn't he? And then he's like, I mean, he had the same hair as when he was a Dothraki No. The hair was fake in the last 2 seasons of Atlantis. I did not know that. Fair enough. Yeah, that's interesting. Because he hated it. He really hated it. He genuinely hated it, and he asked to get out of it, and he even wrote himself a story in order to get out of it, which I loved. I love because if there's an interview with Midnight's Edge, an interview with the producer on that Malui fella whose website's terrible. That's how I know him. It's the guy who did Atlantis with a terrible website, and he was going on about how he gets on really well with Jason and the others and stuff, and how he pitched stories and bits to him. Anyway, I think we need to move on to our TV stuff. Oh, and I made a terrible mistake by not copying it into the right things. Right. Loki TV series, deeply worrying that it's going to be a big pile of shit. That's it. Next story. Right. The report comes from Entertainment Weekly. This is an old story. I held on to it. While the creative team couldn't reveal any time period that they'll visit, they did share some information on the show's very different inspiration, which includes Blade Runner, Madman, and curiously Teletubbies. Yeah, Teletubbies.
I have to say, G.
Teletubbies. Why is my screen not updated?
I've got
the wrong screen, that's why.
I'm very worried it could be crap. But the recent
it's going to be crap.
Look good.
It's going to be crap. We're going to watch this, and it's going to make me miserable. I've realised that I've been happier since fucking Falcon and the Winter Soldier have been off TV, and we've had some decent bits to watch, like Army of the Dead and Godzilla, King Kong, all that crap. Where is it? They've actually got. I think they've got a bit here. Here we go. Yeah. So if you can see on screen for the listeners on the podcast, and Nigel's been doing a great job reminding me that there are listeners on the podcast, which I really appreciate. There's a snippet from the thingy from a newspaper. Inspirations include Blade Runner, Madman, and curiously, Teletubbies. Now, I'm worried that they're going to go to a weird time period or dimension that is occupied by Teletubbies. I'm worried that we're going to get a bait and switch with the character. First 2 episodes Loki, then female Loki until the very last episode.
I don't think that's going to happen because the recent trailer featured too many clips from different episodes. That wasn't.
Are you sure?
The same.
Are you sure?
Sure,
Not all the first set.
More than once, Keith. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
I know, but I looked at it closely because I watched it a couple of times and I liked the trailer. And actually, that was blatantly several episodes. But
2 episodes and then they swap in.
I told you, if they do this, that will be the will be a massive. This will be the outcry because people love Tom Hiddleston. People love Loki because of Tom Hiddleston. If they take him away and have a female actor as female Loki for the entire thing, people people will be pissed. The web will erupt. I'm telling you, it will. It could be the catalyst. It could be the hashtag fuck you Disney, and that'll be it, because people love Tom Hiddleston. They do. Women love him and men love him. He's one of those guys that has cross appeal. Men love him because they want to be him. He's a James Bond character. That's why he's perfect to play the next Bond. But
I think the inspiration is going to be a sun with a little baby face on it.
Yeah.
I think
he's in a planet where the sun is a person controlling whatever down below.
I think it's going to be some kind of weird purple monster thing chasing him around.
And they live in a little mound.
Cute, like Teletubbies, yeah. So you get the Teletubby, but where the Teletubby thing is, like Krang, there's a fucking giant mouth in there, and it's chasing him around some dimension, trying to eat him. That's what I think.
Inspiration doesn't mean it's going to be, all that nonsense. It's going to.
We look right. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, CAC, WandaVision doesn't understand how heroes work. So it's one of those things. All right, let's move on to our next story.
Well.
Dexter's back, and he has a new identity. So Dexter is a TV series I enjoyed the hell out of. The books, if you ever tried to read the books are good, but how can I put it? The prose in the books is a bit odd. Trust me, read the book and find out, especially the first one. The second one, which with Dr. Danker, is quite interesting. Anyway, Dexter Moore's got a new identity, so we know that he's changed names. I don't know if this is the case. On the new clip that was shown, we've got
Jim, wasn't it? Jim Lindsay. There you go.
Jim Lindsay, not Jeff Lindsay. Jeff Lindsay is the guy who writes the story, so he's changed it to Jim Lindsay. I think that this is like a fake out. I think this is a fake ID that he's using for something else. I think he's just trying to pull a fast one on you.
Do you think he's in Canada?
No, he's not. He's in the fishing game. You know what the funny thing is if you ever watched The Invisible Man, the TV show back in the early 2000s, they were funded by the Federal Bureau of Fish and Game. So they were feds, but they weren't feds as in Federal Bureau of Investigation. They were feds as in Fish and Game, which I thought was quite funny. And that's what that reminds me of. I think I'm looking forward to this. There you go. Just got that there. Kind of.
There was another one that they showed after this as well.
Was there?
There was another one where he's walking down the street, and there's people coming out of shops and stuff going, "Hello, Jim. All right, Jimmy. All right, Jimbo. All right." And he's like nodding back at them as he's walking down the street.
Yeah.
It was so very Canadian, really. I don't know if it. Let me see if I can find it.
If you can find it, you can find it, but find it quick before we move on to our next one. I'm hoping we get some good TV out of this one. Oh, crikey, not now. I'm hoping we get some good TV out of this one.Maybe it's a good TV series. You found it?
Let me just see if it is this one, and I will. Hang on.
Go on, quick.
Trying to pause it. And it's.
Shall you share the sound?
Let me.
Come on, Nigel.
I'm used to this. Oh, the pressure.
Come on, Nigel. Pressure. You're gonna get a 3 count now before I press the button to move on.
Oh, hang on.
We lost Keith at the same time too.
Hang on.
Here we go. 3.
I forgot to tick the button for sharing audio.
You can just hit the 3 buttons next to it and share the audio that way. Right, here we go. Come on, Nigel.
Okay.
Share your trailer.
Can you see it?
No, because you haven't pressed the share button. It's there in the bit. No. You've added it in, but you haven't added it to the stream.
Oh, there you go. That's what
I added it to the stream because I disabled that because it makes life a little difficult when
I see right.
producing.
Okay.
So, go on.
Right, I'll hit play.
Morning, Jimmy.
What's up, Jimbo?
Hey, Mr. Lindsay.
Morning, Zach. Stack up.
Okay.
Scott.
Lindsay.
Ooh, shiny knife.
Shiny. There you go.
Yeah.
Right. And that's it. That's what they've done so far. That's a little tease that they've put out. So the little swinging Jim Lindsay thing, and then that little bit there.
There's rumors that they're not going to have anyone from the previous cast there. They need at least one person.
Maybe
it's annoying that they killed the FBI agent in the TV show because he would have been the best person to do it.
Stokes,
he could have just been passing through and gone, "How the fuck? You're Dexter Morgan," like that, and then that causes all the issues.
That was Stokes, wasn't it? Am I wrong with the name?
No, that was Dokes. Dokes was the one who got killed in the second series. No, I'm talking about the FBI agent in
because that was
he was in the second series too.
Best.
Surprise,
Stokes and surprise. Yeah,
I love that.
And
Dokes
the scene next to the swamp. Oh, it's so.
The bit where he blows up, I felt so bad. I just like watched it and went boom, and he went, "Oh God, no, Dokes, don't."
I liked him. He was such a character. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to onto the next one. Yeah, let's do this one.
Bricks! Oh no!
I like that one. That makes me laugh. So Jerry Clarkson's been, how can I put it, threatening us with a farm show for a while, and this trailer came out, and I haven't seen this, so you're going to get genuine trailer reaction from me. I don't know if you guys watched it. I hope you didn't.
I have.
This aging man makes a living from driving fast and shouting random nonsense.
Sideways in linen!
He also owns a fairly large farm, and just over a year ago, he decided he'd be brilliant at running it.
Of course, he's got a Lambo.
Welcome to Clarkson's farm.
Been up since the crack of dawn.
Have you looked after sheep before?
I think I've got in its anus.
No. Where the locals treat him with great respect.
This is global warming, and you race about all your life in vehicles.
Unbelievable horse shit. If we just scooped the whole area.
No, Jeremy, no.
That's as straight as a roundabout.
I'll do it properly now. Is it too late?
No, it's too late.
Might have a little dirt on my boots.
And where he faces actual, real problems.
Torrential rain.
Right. The trailer's narrated by Paul White. Is it Paul Whitehouse? Whitehouse. Paul Whitehouse?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it?
Paul Whitehouse.
Yeah, Paul Whitehouse.
Talking as in Harry and Paul.
Harry Enfield. I hope to God he's the one doing the narration on the show. Because it would be great.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. That's what I want. If please Amazon don't not have Paul Whitehouse do the thing. The narration.
A month's worth in a day. Where's the rate?
It's failed. 10 acres of it.
All this in a year when the world turned upside down.
Stay in your vehicle, please. I'm pushing 60. Smoke a million cigarettes. If I get it...
Yeah, there's not a lot of hope.
He's on the floor.
So have a peek over the hedge.
Let's go round get some sheep. Fucking drone! Oh, shit!
Oh, look, it's droning.
No. A really good egg.
I've got a salmonella test.
Have we?
Have you?
I am happy here. Morning. I've got a choice. I can either go back to London and resume my old life.
Yeah, do that.
Didn't even let him finish the other option.
I love that.
Clarkson's farm.
So how's this coming along?
Well, this is if animals of a horse found on a map too. This is go off subject. See what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's a bunch of sound.
That's a gibberish. That's a gibberish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that. I saw the trailer the other day when actually I enjoyed James May in Japan. That was really good. Don't like his cooking show that much because it's just not my thing. Didn't like Richard Hammond's thing because it's scripted with that American guy and it's all scripted and it's just bullshit. Sorry, Richard, but I just didn't like that at all. But this I'm looking forward to.
Of course, Richard does listen to the podcast, so
the Tory Belleci and Richard Hammond stuck on an island. It was the gyrocopter. The bit where they made the gyrocopter. I know he wasn't flying the gyrocopter, but just getting that thing off the ground was just a feat, just worth waiting through to see that.
I get it, Gareth, but the scripted side of it just really put me off. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know. I just found him, the American guy, annoying. Sorry.
I like Tory Belleci. Tory Belleci was like, do you know? Right, I have this game that I play, and this game goes as follows. Yeah, who would play my friends if my life was a Hollywood film, and who would be cast? Yeah, and Tory Belleci is Gavin.
Okay.
I don't know who he is. Tony what?
I found this guy.
Tory
I found this guy
Belleci.
annoying. I don't find Gavin annoying. He makes good barbecue.
You have to. If you, it was a Mythbusters. I've lost.
Oh,
I've
I can
lost my
see it.
That's if a Hollywood cast Gavin. That's who I'd have.
Yes, because everybody knows who Gavin is.
Yeah, no, everyone knows. No, but we do. That's the game.
know.
It's a good game to play with your friends. Yeah, who would play you if your life was being portrayed in a Hollywood film? I know you go Kevin Smith, yeah, but you don't cry enough, Keith.
No, that's true.
Hang on a minute. Who would you have play me then? Because I've never ever even considered this.
Can we take this off air?
What? Who's that annoying ginger prick that's always singing? I'm sorry.
It's not Ed Sheeran, if that makes you feel any better.
He's not Hollywood.
No, he's not Hollywood.
Well,
But
he
you,
is.
there he is.
He's been in 2 Hollywood movies. He has.
Who has? Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran, yes.
Yes.
One of them was written by Richard Curtis, which was
Anyway, before we
about
go off and play our own
go on.
little independent game thing, let's move on to our next story. Right, I'm going to round off the podcast and learn to talk after the things happened. All right. How many times is Disney going to introduce its first gay character?
6.
You read the story, Nige.
No, I haven't. Am I right?
7,
five?
actually, because Cruella.
7,
the reason this has come out is because apparently Cruella has Disney's first gay character, even though they've done it 7 times. Okay.
Hang on.
It's a familiar milestone. The company. Sorry,
Beauty and
Keith.
the Beast gay. They had a gay
Right,
character.
hang on. For fuck's sake, Keith, let me get to the story, man.
Sorry.
It's a familiar milestone for the company as Disney has pioneered their first gay character at least 7 times. Onward, Beauty and the Beast, Jungle Cruise, Rise of Skywalker, Zootopia, Toy Story 4, Avengers Endgame, all featured minor characters who were subtly referred to as hinting at same-sex attraction. They've done this. It's like the black character. I can't wait until Marvel's Blade comes out and they turn around and go, "This is the first Marvel film with a black lead." Even though we had Blade, which was probably the first successful group of Marvel films to feature a black character, which was Wesley Snipes in the second film. Fucking awesome. Loved that. That was great. But they'll say that even though they've had Black Panther and so forth and so on, and Rhodey and Captain Falcon and the Winter Winger, they'll pull that same shit again. Just wait. They'll probably pull it more on the Muslim side than they will on it because they can't do this shit. It just makes me laugh. It really does. Oh dear.
They'll be showcasing their first ever white character soon. We just got to wait.
Yes, they will be showcasing the first ever white character to ever appear in anything. Okay, hang on. The Ed Sheeran movie was called Yesterday. That was the one where the guy, the Beatles had been erased, but he could still remember them, if I remember correctly, if that's the Yesterday one.
Oh, is that it?
Yes. Anyway, we have lost
Never seen
Keith. And because we've lost Keith, I think it's time we wrap this bastard up and put a bow on it. So, Nigel, got anything to say?
Yeah, thanks for watching and listening. Come again next week, and maybe if you like a bit of gaming news, come and listen to the Gaming Face Punch podcast.
Yes, we do prior to this. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Mr. T, that's how we'd have play you in the Hollywood version of my life. It would be